What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Attack on Cowboys. And today we have a mystery afoot as, man, who in the building is telling the lies about Jaydon Blue, or is the site that actually published the article at fault? Let's get into a bombshell report on Cowboys rookie running back Jaydon Blue of him being apparently lazy and this spelling bad things for his future with the Cowboys. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Jaden Blue, he has something to say about this, and one of his teammates did as well. Let's jump right into it. Be sure to subscribe for more Cowboys content just like this. Man, shut your up. All right, so you can see here, this is actually being posted by the Landry Hat and Marcus Mosher. Of course, this article is being posted by Marcus Mosher. Now, those of you who don't know Marcus Mosher, he's the host of Locked On Cowboys. He obviously writes for the Landry Hat, and he's one of the prominent figures in the Cowboys community over on X. Now, I am not the biggest fan of this dude because I feel like he's one of those entities within the community that goes out of his way to give things a negative tint to it, right? He goes out of his way to always spin any and every kind of story concerning the Cowboys into a negative light. If something positive happened, they signed somebody. Oh, they could have signed him earlier. They signed, oh, you could have signed him for cheaper. Oh, you should have signed this. But like, no matter what happens, it's going to be a negative spin to it. So I'm already going into this one with my antennas up. I'm going to keep it real, bro, because Marcus Mosher, not the biggest fan of dude. Not going to lie to you. All right, so let's go ahead and read what this article actually says. And man, some of these guys, man, some of these articles, some of these websites, there's a lot of people in our space that don't operate with integrity. So y'all got to remember that. People got bills to pay, and some people will go through any kind of extent to pay those bills, even making up a story, which we're going to get into that in just a second, right? But the Dallas Cowboys officially report the training camp this weekend with their first official practice scheduled for Tuesday, July 22nd. That means football season is officially here, and we can finally see what their roster might look like heading into the 2025 season. It will also be the debut of the 2025 rookie class, now that the entire group is signed and ready to go for camp. That includes Jaydon Blue, who's expected to have a big role on the offense for the Cowboys. Running back was a big need going into the draft, but they opted to wait until round 5 to grab one, and that decision was met with a lot of criticism. Blue is a highly explosive running back, but he's not the most polished player. There he is, already started to throw a little bit of negativity on him, and fumbling concerns caused him to fall. And we already kind of went through that. We did a deep dive on the fumbling issues. That was a program-wide issue. That was not a Jaydon Blue specific issue. He's also under 200 pounds, so there is some concern about how he might fare running between the tackles. Don't even do that. Still, the Cowboys love the speed, and the hope is that he can play a role in the offense right away as a part-time player. However, the rumblings out of Dallas don't necessarily suggest that he is ready for that role, and if that's the case, the Cowboys could be in a little bit of trouble at the position. In a recent Locked On Cowboys podcast appearance, former Cowboys coach Glenn Stretch Smith expressed concerns about the rookie running back from Texas. Smith said that the coaches with the Cowboys have expressed that Blue is borderline lazy and that the team is not thrilled with his work habits. That isn't a great sign for the 5th-round pick, who is not only trying to earn a role in the offense, but also make the roster. Blue was a part of OTAs and rookie minicamp, but there haven't been any reports of him working with the first team yet, and this could explain why. Or it could be the fact that they have 18 running backs in the running back room, including multiple veterans who would get run before he would. I'm just saying. Blue turned 21 in January, and the Cowboys are hoping that he can mature and become a professional over the course of his rookie contract. But for a team that desperately needs him to play during his rookie season, they'll need him to grow up fast. And maybe I don't like the tone of this article, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I don't like the tone of this article because this is doing way too much, bro. We have not seen any of these dudes even play football, bro. But Jaydon Blue hasn't even had a chance to actually put a full Dallas Cowboys uniform on yet, and we already got slander articles out about him. And I mean, with respect to the ex-running back coach, Glenn Smith, or whoever that is, bruh, I'm not believing that crap because the Cowboys have done a very good job of not letting in-house business leak out to the general public. And I just don't see them, and I don't see a coach going out of his way to critique a brand new player, a young player, in this fashion to a point to where he knows it'll get disseminated to the general public. This already this already was smelling a little bit funny right here. This whole article just reeks of, hey, I'm trying to get some engagement and clicks, especially when you're talking about a Jaydon Blue, the very same guy that in his high school class, his work ethic can be tracked back to his high school class. During that 2020 period where everybody was locked in the house, I'm going to have to cut what I said out before that because that's probably community guidelines. But during that 2020 period, man, he was one of the guys gathering all his teammates up to go work out at the football fields and going that extra length to try to get better, bro. So, and that's something that you hear consistently about him throughout his journey. We've never heard any of these concerns about laziness or anything like that at UT. So are you seriously trying to convince me that at a time where all they've done is rookie mini camps and OTAs essentially, bro, are you really trying to convince me that they're already out on this kid? No way. Absolutely no way. And it smelled funny from the beginning, right? I'm going to go ahead and forego reading the rest of this article because it smells like someone is trying to jazz up a story or jazz up some information to get a story. And as I said before, the Cowboys done a very good job of not leaking in-house stuff as of late over the last few years. And I just don't see that happening the first season of the Brian Schottenheimer regime. And this isn't consistent with how Schotty has done business and how his coaching staff has done business. They've been pretty buttoned up. They haven't given anybody any headlines as far as any quotes and stuff that they've given. They have been very, very much so in lockstep. So I don't see that trend being broken for this. Now, Jaydon Blue clapped back on this article. He clapped back on it immediately. He said they're going to feel me real soon. Production quiets all the noise. But he also posted, laughing my ass off, taking time out your day to make a fake article about me for attention. And this is 100% facts. I 100% believe that this is a fake article. This is a non-story. The guest that Marcus Mosher had, he may have just been talking out the side of his neck. And who knows how connected he is to this current coaching staff, because y'all got to remember, the Cowboys just turned over 95% of their coaching staff. The only holdovers were Brian Schottenheimer and Lunda Wells. So who on this coaching staff do we really feel like has a good enough relationship with a former Cowboys running back coach to where they would say this type of stuff about one of their players, knowing it would get out in the public? I'm not buying it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jaydon Blue kind of clapped back on this. And in addition to Jaydon Blue, we also had Wanye Thomas defend Jaydon Blue from these accusations. And on top of it, again, like I mentioned before, bro, just his track record, that hasn't been his story. His head coach at Texas, Steve Sarkisian, said Jaydon Blue's a guy that comes to work every day, really loves football, and will be a great teammate. And this is the type of stuff that you usually hear about him, man. And Wanye Thomas, he went off, man. He said them quote-unquote ex-coaches lame as hell. Lil bro ain't had one issue on or off the field. People just lie for free. I hope they got the views on the show they wanted, though. Hashtag Goof Troops. And this is facts, bro. Like I just mentioned, 95% of the coaching staff is turned over. A lot of the staff, a lot of the people that's working in that building at the Star right now is turned over. You cannot convince me that through OTAs and rookie minicamp, Glenn Smith got information from anybody inside that building that led him to go out and say this. So, man, F all that noise. Training camp is right around the corner. We're a couple of days away at this point. Real football about to start, and we about to start really seeing what this team is about and what these players are about, bro. I'm so glad that we finally about to get out of the dead of the offseason so we don't have to worry about seeing stories like this no more. But let me know down in the comments below, are you believing this story? Do you think it's cap? And, man, I don't know. If you believe the story, bro, I got a bridge to sell you in Idaho. Either way, appreciate you tuning in. How about them Cowboys? See y'all next.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo, shut up, my boy, shut up. Hey!